Welcome to the Digital Growth Hack Club, where we help you elevate your business and your bottom line. Here is your host, Jenny Jones.
Hey, how you doing? This is Jenny Jones. I am the guest of the Digital Growth Hacks Club show. Glad you guys decided to join in with us today. Today, I have the hardest person. I've been meeting with a lot of founders over the last year or so, but this has to be the hardest working person that I know. I had the opportunity to meet with James Cantori from Perkzilla. This is a tool that I love what they do. I was just so passionate about it. He said, hey, listen, we're trying to get this thing solid, Jenny. Listen, I will get to you when I get to you. And I was like, that's fine. It was already working good. He said, yeah, but there's some things I wanted to be running like a fine wine. I said, all right, take your time. Finally got a chance to have him come on the show. I use this tool. I love this tool. I'm allow him, let me give you a small setup of the tool first, and I'm allow him to come on, introduce his way in his own way. Perkzilla is a tool that is used to, it's a tool that's used to do target campaigns and automations, and where you don't have to use a lot of paid ads, but you can use a lot of friend referrals and things like that, which I think is starting to become something a little bit new, right? Paid ads are getting more expensive, more exorbitant. It's like, how can I get more usage out of even my existing clientele that I have already? That's why I love the tool, and I found it to be very user-friendly. So again, he's going to probably get into more of the tools, more of the nitty-gritty, but I want him to come and introduce himself in his own way. Welcome to the show, James. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me, Jenny. Appreciate it. I'm James from Perkzilla, and we kind of, like you were saying, to touch upon it, the price of PPC ads have been going up.
So explain to people what PPC are, right? Because some of my clients, I have a lot of new entrepreneurs, right? I have some people that says, oh, I know what PPC is, right? So yeah.
So PPC ads are pay-per-click or any kind of paid advertising, whether it's per PPM, which is pay per million, so per million, whether it's click or views or whatnot. So basically, the price of advertising has definitely been going up over the past 5-10 years. And when we started Perkzilla initially to help actually promote an offer we were trying to start with, like a different product we were working on, we said we want to grow the audience for this. We want to create an early access wait list for a startup, and we kind of found out that people were loving the wait list aspect of it, the viral marketing aspect of it, a lot more than what we were doing. So like any good startup, we pivoted and we figured out that this is kind of where the gold is here, where we were tired of entrepreneurs and small business owners getting trampled by these big business budgets. So we created Perkzilla to help level that playing field so that anyone could compete. And with a little bit, like you said, a little bit of hard work, a little bit of creativity, anyone can get those leads into their audience and grow their audience, whether it's, we kind of have things for each stage of the business, which we'll get into, but it's all about growing your brand creatively and giving away something that would cost you less than the PPC advertising or less than buying a prize could be. So it's creativity, a little bit of marketing intelligence, and getting something where it's based on the concept of when a friend tells a friend. So if I was to refer you to something, Jenny, you would take it with a little bit more weight to it, because it's no longer an advertisement being in your face. It's more of a recommendation from someone. So that's kind of what the concept of the whole platform was built on, to help you kind of build that army of advocates who can share and refer others, and grow your brand the fastest. It's about creating sustainable growth rather than paying $1,000 or $5,000 to optimize an ad set and kind of then saying, what now? You know, it's keeping people engaged, keeping people involved, and growing your business and your brand week after week, year after year.
Nice. So, and I get that. And I think here's what I'm starting to find out, right? I've been at this game a little while, right? And what I mean by that is just sales and marketing for years, right? It's funny, one of my clients was Webvan. I don't even know, you probably weren't even around when they were you born when Webvan was out?
I haven't heard of Webvan, no.
So you've never heard of Webvan. All right, that's like 98, 99, okay. Right? Yeah, so they were the first company delivering groceries, right? This is Yeah, this is like when I say web van, I'm really dating myself, but that's how long I've been in sales and marketing. I've saw the evolution of the change. And I think people got to this point. I had to establish that, right? Go look up web van, it'll crack you up. But it's almost it's it's this evolution. So once people started getting into the digital marketing and social media and all that, I think here's what I'll say, because I kind of fell into the same trap, is I kind of got a little lazy, right? We moved away from traditional cold calling and all that. There was a lot of tools that allowed all of us. No one likes a cold call, right? And so, but there's nothing wrong with a referral. A referral is a warm lead, right? It's a lot better than cold. That's what attracted me to your tool, because it allows me to use my existing audience that already likes me, already loves me, already loves the business that I do. And it says, hey, how can I let people know what you do? And I always said, and I always liken this to, I says, hey, listen, don't keep me a secret, right? If you want me to remain in the business to support you doing what I do, then share with others what I do. That says, oh, absolutely, right? So it used to be, give me a business card, right? Give me a business card, I'll share with someone else. And people actually don't. They'll put it in their pocket and it goes home or whatever. But this, yeah, you stack them up, so it becomes a collection. What your tool allowed me to do, and I'll share a little small case study a little later on of how I use it and how it really worked. And it just took off like that. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe people are not on this Perkzilla tool. Is it allows you to share rapid, very easy, very fast, getting into your tool, navigating, going through the numbers. It was very easy for me to do. So take me through the evolution of Perkzilla, because for one, when I tell people, hey, I'm using Perkzilla, they're like, Perk what? Right? And then they see your funny mascot. Take me through the evolution real quick of Perkzilla. Now, didn't you guys start out, you said you guys started off with something else, then you pivoted. Did that change?
Yeah, so I was originally working on a project where we were trying to do, I was super interested in A/B testing and analytics kind of 7 years ago.
So A/B testing is just testing landing pages, or split testing, and try A versus B,
exactly.
try dark background versus white background. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to explain to some people, they'd be like, what is he talking about? So go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And so basically was working on another project, and we said, how are we going to get thousands of people to see this? We're not funded. We don't have a big ad budget. We want to spend all of our money into developing the platform, the software. What can we do? So that at the time, we were seeing that a lot of these big tech companies were getting traction, whether it was from, like, at the time, there was an app called Robinhood, which has more recently been in the news. But back when they were launching, they started an early access program, which basically it's refer a friend and move up in this wait list. So they gave away absolutely nothing except for early access to something which was free, commission-free stock trading, which at the time you'd have to pay $30, $7,
yeah.
95 cents.
Trust me, I know very well about that. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Call someone up, whatever it would be, and they were kind of adding no friction to stock trading. So people were really excited about it. So what they did is, if you share your link and refer a friend to sign up to their wait list, you then get access sooner than the person in front of you. So that kind of effect created exponential growth for them, where you're not giving away anything, like no ad money, no, like, we're not giving away a MacBook Pro, whatever it may be. Like, you're giving away a literal spot in line, and you don't care who the first 10,000 people are. You want them to be the people who want it the most. So it's the people who are going out there sharing, referring friends, and moving up in that list. So we saw that concept, and we saw that at the time Dropbox as well was using a refer a friend program that, where you might be familiar with this, where if you refer a friend, you get, say, a gigabyte more storage in your account, or 500 megabytes, whatever it may be at the time, up to 32 friends you could refer. And that caught on like wildfire, because people wanted this free storage space. So overnight, they practically got 50,000 new subscribers just through this kind of refer a friend concept. And with Robinhood, it was something along the lines of 1 million new users in just the case of like 3 months over a summer, right? We saw how this getting creative, where in like the Dropbox example, or there's other examples where getting creative goes a lot further than spending your money on advertising per se, or like I said, buying a big prize to give away and create hype that way. Like, if you can give away something that doesn't cost you anything,
Right.
like the spot in the line, or like, I'm sure that 500 megabytes of storage for Dropbox costs them less than, say, right now it's about $30 to get a lead via, on average, via Google. It's $32.40 is like the industry average for a lead. So instead of spending that kind of money to go and get like a qualified lead, get a sale, get a new user, they get someone for free for giving away something that might cost them marginally nothing because it's your product. You have the margins on your side. You can give away, for other examples, you can give away consulting, you can give away download, whatever it is. And that really helps you invest in your team, invest in your product, and not necessarily pad the pockets of Google and Facebook and whatnot.
So it's a controlled cost too that you can control. Okay.
It's to help you expedite and exponentially grow without having to have all this big budget to get there, and with all these big companies have, a little creativity goes a long way.
So really, I think, so what you're saying, if I understand you correctly, tell me if I'm wrong, what you're saying is more creativity could be used in trying to see how many referrals you can bring into your business with the least amount of cost versus spending creativity time on a creative, right? To run an ad. And because you can control the cost and say, hey, here's what we'll do. We'll take our existing list of people that signed up. Maybe people are on a free plan and we have their email address already. And we say, hey, how would you like to go to one of our premium plans? And we'll just give you 50% off for life or something like that. Exactly. They're already using your tool. So that
when you subscribe, whatever it may be.
So that's the new, to me, I think that's the new currency, if you will, in growing your business, is how creative can you be with keeping as much pocket money in your pocket as you can and controlling those costs. The biggest thing that people run into as we have our startups, we run into a cash crunch. Right?
Yeah, especially that's why we're here for startups and small businesses that aren't necessarily venture funded, that don't have these big ad budgets. Or even if you say, okay, I'm going to put $5,000 away for an ad, $500, $100, whatever you want to put away. If you can put that towards something else, or put that, a lot of people we deal with too, just they're trying to feed their family at the same time. They might not have a big savings account. They're investing everything in their business, whatever it may be. I think that money, if you can get the same amount of traction, if not more, in a more sustainable way, instead of saying, I'm going to give away $32 a lead, say, I'm going to give away entries into a contest. I'm going to give away get one friend and you'll get, like you said, 50% off. So then you're going to sell with it too. You're giving away a percentage of a sale that isn't, if they don't buy, you didn't give away anything. You got a free user. If they buy, you get a sale and a user. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
You can get,
so
the amount of creativity you can get is
but why people don't, I think because we get on this, everybody's doing it, so we should be doing it because it's working. And what I've figured out, and I tease all my followers now, I says, listen, I'm working on marketing 3.0, right? I'm working on newer stuff, right? The whole doing lead magnets and all that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So don't go spamming me or whatever. I just think that that's kind of fatigued, right? People, that's the best word I can use for it. People are like, oh,
tired of it.
I know you want my email address. I'll download your booklet that I'll never read.
Yeah.
Right. And so now you have an email address. It's not their primary email address. It's one that they have. They just receive a whole lot of junk mail. So to me, it's almost like, how do we get this creative? So with that same token, let me share with you. I'll probably put a link in the video description below or above on what I did with Perkzilla and how I just started telling everybody about it. I was like, hey, I cannot believe this worked. I actually 10x'd the people that I was working with. And so one of the things really quick, I'll take about a 1 minute to tell you what I did was, and it's funny because I'm a creative dude. I will sit at home. I'll wake up at 2, 3 in the morning. My wife's like, where are you going? I said, I got to go write this down, or I got to go design this because I got it right. This is sickening. I have this crazy creative thing. So what I did was I said, I was trying to get more people to come to my academy because no one knew about it. So I said, one of the things that I could do is I can give the academy away for free to a select amount of people that was in my closer outer inner circle, right? I give it away for free in exchange for them becoming an ambassador to the actual program. And so they would use a referral. I think I did the refer. Okay. Because I think it was a refer a friend that I think I used because you have, well, it looks like you have 6 now. We'll talk about your new one here, but I think I used a refer a friend, whereas I says, hey, I'm going to give you access to this academy. In exchange, you have to, to cover your costs, you have to bring at least, you have to tell or share with at least 5 of your friends about this new program. Only do that after your first week of going through it. And if this is everything you thought it would be, I want you to do that. And my business took off. So what I did was I gave that away. I gave 1 away to get 5.
Exactly.
And it was so easy because using your program, I said, man, I'm like, this is a layup. I can't believe people are not doing this. But I had to have a value on my class, right? I couldn't tell them, oh, it's just a free class. No, it's a value. So use this coupon code. The price says $2,500. Use this coupon code. So when you go there at checkout, the price is $2,500, but you have to use this code to make it 0. And once they clicked on confirm, the redirect took them to signing up for the referral. It was genius, man. I've made so much money on that. And then I try to tell other people, they're like, no, I'll just run PPC ads. I'm like, okay, right. And so what's your thoughts on that? I want to go through some of your contents before we go, but I was just trying to think out of the box, and I'm thinking of more of them as well. But what do you think about that?
No, that's an incredible use case there. And I think like you used it to leverage your existing audience. So if you get, like you said, if you have 1 person who refers 5,
right,
and then even if you get those 5 people to then refer 5, that's when
right.
You get that magic.
But that's really what we were doing too. I was doing that too. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like you said, instead of you're making all the money on the other people because you're driving this new traffic, and instead of costing you, whether it be through affiliates, whether it's through PPC, and we're not, I want to make a stance, we're not like anti PPC or anything,
right? No one's let's make that clear.
Yeah, we're anti wasting money, right? We want to be efficient with that.
Right.
But if you can use paid advertising to drive traffic to that funnel to then get that 5x growth or 10x growth on the back end of it, then that's a good way to drive it too. If you're already using it, you can then, like you said, throw it on the thank you page, throw it on a landing page, and get the person who just signed up, give them a bonus, I love that you made it creative. You gave them the course for free. The big thing we preach is that it has a real world value for the user to get them to go out and share. Because it's for certain things, like if I'm giving you 50 cents off your next coffee, you might not go tell your friends because it doesn't have enough value to you, But if I say, you can win free coffee for a year or whatever it may be, even though you just have a smidgen of a percentage of chance of winning that, you're going out and you're trying to get that from whether it's from Starbucks, right, or whatever it may be.
It's buyer behavior.
I love that you used it in a situation you gave away, like you said, something that is going to create value for you, but also provide value to the user. So it's really about incentivizing them to go out and get that. And if they're getting it for free, that $2,500 value, that's more than enough for them to actively go and be your army of advocates, be your brand awareness, and tell everyone they know about it. I'm
gonna go one step further on that, right? I'm giving away, this is some of the stuff that, because I have a VIP club, this is some of the things I'm going to be sharing with people. And I'm going to give this away while we talk about it. I went one step further, and every month that they're in a class and they show up, they get a new ad creative from myself and my team to share for that week. So you've just got the class, right? Now you get in your email box, hey, check your email box, or check the landing page, or check your where we put your repository, your files at. You're going to see a new ad creative for my school, which is advertising it at the full price. So what you're doing is part of your agreement to be to get the scholarship or to become an ambassador, you have to be ready to promote a link or share a link of the academy. So once you come in, that person's going to always be promoting your product as a result of staying on the other. Is what I'm saying? So it almost not 10X's, but it almost 50X's it, because it still continues to go.
Oh, that's the thing. It's cyclical growth forever. Like the thing with the refer a friend program is that that's one of our campaign types. Like you said, we have 6, but that's one with no deadline, no timer. That can be.
Yes. I love that one, man. That might be my favorite one.
No, it's for direct one-to-one growth. It's the best option you can do for that. Just because, like you said, it's not costing you anything unless you get results. And the thing that it's costing you, you get to decide. So it could be your time. It could be a digital download, like you said. Right. It could be a course, a class, a scholarship, whatever it may be.
A 101, a free 101.
Exactly. And it really, as long as it incentivizes the user to go out and share, and the more value it has to them. And on the flip side, it gets people directly involved in, like, if the prize is related to your business rather than something completely, like I said, if you were trying to give away something that might be
MacBook Pro or something.
Exactly, MacBook Pro or free dance lab, whatever you're trying to give away, it's relevant to your business. So when they end up getting it, they're already immersed in your business, in your corporate environment, in your company, and they're doing something like the person who then takes that course or takes that scholarship is that much more invested mentally and time-wise in actually following through with your program and everything too, because they've put their skin in the game in that sense too. So it really gets them to take that to the next level as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a good segue us to transition. So you guys so a person could do 6 different types of campaigns. So we're going to talk about the first one. We're going to talk about your newest one last. So we already talked about the refer a friend. That's when you can kind of just give them a link, and the link, they share the link, and it's directly tied to that one particular person. Any other features you want to share about that before I ask you about?
Yeah, so that the refer a friend program is kind of the staple which we built it on, and all of the different campaigns.
That was so easy. I love that one. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I
get excited. Yeah.
It's built in. The referral friend aspect is it's baked into every single campaign type. So that one's kind of just like pure refer a friend. That's the main focus of it. All of the other ones have the referral option because, as you said, it's such a powerful tool, the word of mouth and everything. But the refer a friend program is basically, you can set any tiers of prizes or rewards you want. So you could say get one referral and we'll give you, you get one referral and we'll give you X. So in your case, it was 5 referrals for the class. In other cases, it could be 1 referral and you get 15% off or free shipping off your next order for 1 referral, and whatever it may be. And then you could set a tier if you want at 3 referrals, at 5 referrals, and kind of level up your entire audience. Because if you can get everyone to get 1 referral, you've doubled your audience, right?
Right.
If everyone gets 1 referral, and if then that person
in 24 hours, in less than 24 hours.
Exactly. So if you want to make it something good enough, like that has enough real world value for the user, that they actually go out there, and then they'll be your voice, they'll be your advertising. And like you said, you can then have tiers and go higher. And some people have stretch goals of hundreds of referrals. Right. And it depends on who's promoting it. But if a blog picks it up or something, they can get that very quickly, So we tried with the refer a friend program, we love to level up the audience and grow it as it goes. Because if people are then signing up for that first referral tier, because the prize is so good, the reward's so great, or it's something like an exclusive or whatever it may be, then the likelihood is that the person that just signed up will then try to go get another friend too, in the Dropbox example where they wanted more storage or whatever it may be. If you get that second person to go out and get those referrals, then you're growing like wildfire.
Yeah, and that's how it hurt. It almost starts to snowball too.
Exactly.
So, and that's what I've seen. So tell me about where it's just run a contest. That's just you run a regular contest for a MacBook Pro or something.
I'll bundle the contest and giveaway campaign types together because they're pretty similar. And I'll get into the main differences. But for the contest and giveaway campaign type, instead of giving away, where a refer a friend program is great, where it's a direct prize, you get 1 referral, you get a prize. And in that case, you can get 1,000 people referring 1 friend, and you give away 1,000 of those tier 1 rewards, right? So in the contest case, it's more of you have 1 grand prize or 5 winners, whatever it may be, 1 winner. And it could be, we've seen examples where it's if you're a hotel chain, you give away a 3-night vacation. And that keep this in mind, that's expensive for most people, but if you're the chain, if you have the empty rooms already, it doesn't cost you a dime more than advertising, whatever it may be. So, but it's based on what you can leverage, right? So we're giving away, and what we're actually running a contest right now, where we're giving away upgrades on sub accounts and teammates accounts, and we'll get into all of that. but giving away something that has value to your users that will help them, but kind of a bigger, more ambitious prize. So that when people enter into this contest, whether it's by referring a friend, like we said, to get entries. So if you refer a friend, you can get 100 entries, and you can customize all of this, or completing actions such as visiting your blog post, checking out your store, checking out your Facebook group, your Facebook page, whatever it may be. All these different targeted actions that help your brand, they could also get entries for that. So you're not giving away a prize for every user who enters, even though you're capturing it, but you're giving away entries or a probability or like a chance of winning. So it's like, think of like a raffle where you have a bunch of names in a hat. By completing this action, by following us on Twitter, you get 10 additional chances to win this big grand prize. And those entries don't cost you anything. The grand prize can be something that, like you said, it could be a MacBook. We've had people give away AirPods and Macs, like we have. It's just, it depends where you're at financially and what
absolutely
you want to give away. So
that's to run a contest. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the benefit of the contest and the giveaway is just kind of giving away a bigger prize, and you could have sub prizes.
So you saying you run so you have a run a contest and you have run a giveaway. You saying you run both of those together? Is that what you said?
So the contest is based on, there's a leaderboard, right? So if you were to have the most entries, say you've got 5,000 entries just based on complete file actions, referring friends, and sending traffic your way, you are at the top of the leaderboard. Then you win the contest. That's how that winner selection works. We have different winner selection methods. So for the giveaway, it's more probability based, right? So it's like I was saying, where you can have 500 entries.
Oh, right? So the giveaway is like digging, it's like pulling a name out of a hat. Exactly. And the contest is more, hey, if you go to my social media page, you like the social media page, we're going to give you 10 entries into the contest to move you. So whoever
gets the most entries wins the contest.
So that's action driven. Exactly. Okay, so you have to really know.
Giveaway is more, like you said, a name in a hat, or you could even do random winner selection. And you can kind of do hybrids of some. So sometimes you'll do a grand prize where it's based on the leaderboard. You want your most active, the person who got you the most traffic, the most new users, followed you on everything. You want them, that whoever that person is, to win the big prize. And then you could say the next 5 prizes, sub prizes, first place can be probability based. And then you can give 50 random prizes, like to just a spring.
Now, are there's bots that do a lot of this crap? I mean, I think you guys have some type of, tell me what you got built in to prevent fraudulent activity, right? So or something like that.
On the basic level, we have email confirmation, which you can toggle on and off. So making sure that at least there's someone behind it that can confirm the email. Right. You send it before they're even entered into the contest, giveaway, refer a friend program. You got to go to your inbox, click, this is my best email. And then it shows you, it enters in the contest. That's step 1 that we highly recommend. Step 2 is we have a fraud center, we call it. It's active fraud detection and prevention. So we have multiple levels of it. And basically what that does is, say you're giving away something where you want them to get 3 referrals. I have 5 email addresses. You might have 5, 10 email addresses. Like you said, you have your junk email addresses, you have your multiple business emails, whatever it may be. We had to make sure that people wouldn't refer themselves, just that as a different persona.
It's not like no one would do that, right?
I know it's not. No one's been there, so it's just like, and people try to get creative. So we installed this fraud center, and as a campaign owner, sometimes like you can determine what level you want, if you want to just detect it, if you want to prevent it. And we kind of categorize them based on low, medium, and high level fraud based on, it's a risk level, right? And if you turn that on, and if you try to sign up for whether it's, I'm not going to give away all the algorithms, but whether it's the same IP, right? The same work email address, kind of whatever it may be, there's different levels of, we caught you and you're no longer allowed to.
You're no longer eligible. Yeah.
In this level, and as the campaign owner, you can set those levels and whitelist people, blacklist people, however you want to do it. You can set them on different levels, but it does help prevent people, in a sense, stealing from you or trying to fraudulently cheat the system,
Sweet. So we have, real quick, because I want to get to run a referral contest as time kind of winds down now, but you have drive more traffic. You can tell me in a snapshot, drive more traffic. What is that? How would a person use that particular campaign?
So that one is like, think of the refer a friend program and think of, you have the tier. So say at 500 entries, or it's points in this situation, you unlock X. So we'll send you, for your example, if you get 500 points, in this case, you unlock a reward. So that's getting you you can get one visit, 1 point for sending a visitor to my website. You get 100 points for referring a friend, whatever it is. It's just using points as a currency to unlock prizes and drive traffic towards a website rather than say referrals or entries or something like that. It's just
okay. So it's just a point driven system, but
exactly.
it still has the actions you have to do, but it's just ran by points.
Complete all these actions or refer friends, and you have full customization over all that. And then if you hit 100 points, you get X, or if you get 500 points, you get Y. Whatever it may be.
All right. So then it's start a wait list for early access. I think sounds like that's been one of the more successful ones that people were using for.
If you have a new product launch or whether it's a new company or a new product or a new offering, whatever it may be, that's a good one because you can let people in, and that kind of gives the prize for you. If you don't have a prize and you're trying to start something new, it's early access to your software, early access to a
I think I'm going to be using that one next. I think I have something I'm working on. I just created my third TV channel, right? I'm doing a lot of different things. I love this. And this is one that everybody's been wanting to get in. I kept saying to myself, man, how do I get this? So this is the one I'm going to use that one for the early access. So tell us about Run a Referral Contest, because it seems like that one just launched. So tell us about that.
The flashy one. Yeah. Basically, we found out that it's great to give away tiered refer a friend tiers, right? So it's good to have a prize for 1 referral, 3 referrals, 5 referrals. But if you want to have a bigger prize, instead of having to give away thousands of different prizes, then you have one big prize that people can reach for, like the contest. It's an intelligent hybrid, basically, of the refer a friend program and the contest. So the actual screens are streamlined and more optimized in a sense that you go in, it's all focused on referring friends, driving more traffic, getting that it incorporates that direct one-to-one growth, and really highlights that you're getting entries by referring a friend. That's the main point there. Get us new users and we'll give you chances to win this big prize, whatever it may be. So that kind of keeps you, instead of like giving away, it really depends how you want to set it up, but you can give away one bigger thing and get a lot more traction from it than doing a tier. And we actually we suggest that you have the general refer a friend program, and then you have some sort of loyalty contest or something like that, where you could run, but like, it's not like you only have to run one campaign type for a business.
That's what I loved about your
simultaneous ones based on the stage of you are in your business. Whether you're just launching, you run the early access. You're trying to get more users, you run the refer a friend or refer a contest. You're trying to increase loyalty and get people involved in your brand and keep that brand awareness. You could run the loyalty contest or a giveaway or something like that to kind of keep people involved. So no matter where you are in your business, we have something for that.
So I have 2 questions left as we kind of wrap up here. I mean, we can be here all day long.
I know, I like talking to you.
Yeah, no, I love just creating and just finding ways to grow traffic and trying to, and my channel is really based on trying to help people grow their businesses, help them grow the bottom line. And being an accounting major, right? People's like, you're accounting, you're finance, you're marketing. I know in accounting, I know the one that I love out of all the financial statements was a statement of cash flow, right? Because I always found that very intriguing of how you can find multiple ways of bringing cash flow. And I remember in class, we did a study when I was in grad school. They talked about, hey, listen, just because McDonald's owned Redbox at one particular time. A lot of people don't know that, but that was cash flow, right? Yeah. They owned Chipotle initially. A lot of people don't know that, right? Me being in finance, I know that, mergers and acquisitions, I studied a lot of that stuff. And so the statement of cash flows. So for them to deliver to their shareholders, the shareholders are like, we don't care how you get there. We just need to see your cash moving, right? And so the statement of cash flows has been one of those things that I love to creating the different multiple streams and all that. And as people follow me, they'll see that I'm in a lot of different things because I get it. It's long as the cash is moving and the cash flow is moving, you're being successful and your business is growing. And that's why I love a tool like this. And so with that said, you guys have these 2 things that I really love. And there's a lot of different people out there kind of doing what you guys do. I like the flexibility that you guys have, but I also like one other thing. You guys, people are not married to seats, right? So if I got 1,000 people to join my contest, then the contest is over and I only have 1,500 seats, I could then flush out those 1,000 seats and replace those again.
Leads and put it wherever you need to, whether it's your autoresponder, whether it's your CSV, whatever you want to do. And
so it frees up the seats then. Yeah. So, and so to me, that is, if nothing else, Perkzilla should be considered for something like that because it gives you the flexibility. And I already just told you why it should be considered, because looking at your statement of cash flows, right? If I'm McDonald's and I own Redbox, because one, they were started where the headquarters of McDonald's is, right? There's these weird stories, man, about that. So one last thing, right? Because you guys have that. One last thing is, what's the future of Perkzilla? Tell us about where you guys think you'll be in 5 years. As we kind of wrap up, let's kind of end it on that. What's the future of Perkzilla, and why should people consider you? I kind of gave people a couple of reasons already, but why should they consider you over some of the other contest players out there? I just gave them one big reason, but you kind of give us, is it because of you? Because of your funny mascot looking, your shirt, or what? You're like, hey man.
No, so what we're trying to do now is we're on Perkzilla V3, and a lot of companies will label different versions and block the people out from the beginning or whatever. But we've upgraded everyone every level, and we'll continue to do that. The thing that we're constantly evolving, constantly iterating, and like I said, I originally wanted to do A/B testing and optimization. I'm constantly looking to improve the platform. And like you said, I was hard to get in touch with because we wanted to get this update out. We wanted to get the next update out. And it's never, I want it to be at such a high level of, for the fraud center, the actions that we're adding, the automation, like we have all these very, very powerful tools, but we build them in a modular way, right? So for the actions, we might have 30 actions today. By the end of the year, we might want to have 100 actions, 200 actions. And we can just simply add those as users request them because the system's in line, and now we can kind of modularly add them like an action. Or for the fraud center, like I said, we can update the algorithms. Or for the live editor was the big update where now you could add images and new layouts and new templates. And basically we built everything for this version to be easily upgraded. So what you see right now, what you see today, what you see a week from today, we've pushed a live update every day this week as well. And we don't necessarily announce every single one of them, but we're constantly updating based on user feedback, based on the vision that we want to take it. And we want to be at a place, like you said, where it's, we're here to help the little people grow. And that doesn't mean that by little people, we don't mean like, we want entrepreneurs and small businesses to succeed, regardless of if they have a competitor throwing $1 million budget at them, or whether they have. We want people to get creative and reach from within. The people who want to hustle, who want to grind and grow their business, we want to help empower that. So
trying to level the playing field.
Exactly. Level the playing field and help you leverage your existing work to help get new traction.
I appreciate that. You're my kind of guy, James. I didn't know you were my kind of guy, because that's what I'm at. I'm like, there's so many big players out here. I remember I was like everybody else. I ventured into PPC ads and all that. And I kept saying, who's clicking on my ads? Because ain't nobody buying nothing. Yeah. Right. And then people started telling, oh man, there's bots. And I was like, are you kidding me? Right. So I started forking out all this money. I'm like, but nobody's clicking on my stuff. They're not visiting my page. And what I found out was some of the biggest competitors, I don't know, and I can't say, I don't have any proof, but I know the biggest competitors want to stay the biggest competitors. Right. So if you optimize your page or what have you, now you're getting shown at the top. They're like, oh, we have a bigger pocketbook than they do. We have a bigger wallet than they do. So they're not going to keep paying out all these PPC dollars.
But it's not a threat, you know?
Yeah.
So we want to keep you so that you're not burning out your wallet, burning out your revenue, burning out.
Which can happen.
Growing and getting stronger while you're growing as well.
Which can happen very fast. So listen, this has been fun. I'd love to have you back on whenever you're going to do your next version or something like that. I'd love to have you back on the show. Again, people, it is perkzilla.com. You guys need to take a look at them. I may have a description below if he has any type of specials or deals or whatever. I'm going to include those below in the description. Give us some parting words for wisdom. What are you seeing in the marketplace? Help the people out. What are you seeing?
Yeah. So we've seen that it just gets more and more expensive to get traction and it's so crowded. You scroll through your feeds, now things are endless. You're getting ads when you're not looking for them. So a recommendation carries a lot more weight. So getting someone to refer a friend puts their seal of approval on it. And that's kind of how you cut through the noise in the competitive environment, is building your community of people who want to spread the word for you. And in turn, you're providing value to them as well. So really, our whole thing with Perkzilla is we want to help everyone grow. As you said, you reach out. We have chat support where I'm manning that, because I want to make sure that each and every user, we're helping them, but also we're getting use cases, and we want to add new features for people, and we want to continuously update and improve. And we're at the forefront of that. So we're at the core version now. We're looking to expand and keep growing it forward, and we're really excited to all grow together.
Listen, James, it has been a pleasure to have you on the Digital Growth Hacks Club. I'd love for you to come back and do something maybe in my VIP group that I have, and we can talk about some A/B testing, some of the things you've learned, and we'll have an A/B testing type of session for some of the people that join my VIP. Listen, you have been fun, man. You get it, and I appreciate that. You've been one of the top founders I've had on my show. And I really do appreciate that. So again, this has been Jenny Jones, Digital Growth Hacks Club, where we're trying to help you grow your bottom line, looking at tools, systems, ideas to help you change the game, to leave the competition in the dust. That's what we do here, the Digital Growth Hacks Club. I'm your host, Jenny Jones. Until next time, you guys take care. Goodbye for now.
Thank you for joining us here on the Digital Growth Hack Club, where we help you elevate your business and your bottom line. Please do not forget to subscribe and share. And until next time, goodbye for now.